this goddamn cable is doing a number, and I only hear things in mono.
Oh,
well, that's all you need to hear. Isn't
that's
it?
all you need, bro. As long as you hear.
As long
We
as
can
you
fix
hear.
that later.
Yeah.
You need to order just a
We
10
can
foot.
fix everything in post.
Right.
Shall we begin?
We shall.
Okay.
Hello, my brethren.
Hello, brethren.
Hello, my sisterin.
Hello there.
We are here
Sisterin?
for yes,
Sisterin.
sisterin. I don't even
Sisterin?
know if that's made up shit,
Yeah.
but we are here.
Hey, if it is, it works.
It does
Well,
work.
it sounded
Shit.
like it worked for me.
Yeah, it does work for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's go with it then.
Let's go then, brother.
Okay.
We on what episode is this?
Don't even know.
Shit, she don't even know, but we're back for another third ear.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Could you imagine if we had 3 ears, though? Maybe like one in your ass or something.
But we do. We do. I think we
Why
do.
would you want to put an ear in your ass?
So I can hear shit talking 24/7.
Oh, shit.
No, and your ass would talk 24/7.
Oh, 100%.
Hold on. Let me do this.
Okay, all right.
Welcome back to the podcast.
Hey, that's what he's. Talking about.
And today, we're on episode Who Gives a Fuck?
You can't be coming out the gate
Do I
dropping
gotta
F-bombs,
believe
man.
that again?
Is there rules, Daryl?
I don't think there
I
is.
think
no
I
rules.
think they are in place.
No.
If you look it
Okay.
up.
Again, Lamar,
Yes.
ask me if I fucking
She don't care.
Well, there we go, because the editor can make things happen. Hey, we got Tone Smith in the back room waiting. He's our co-host. He's from the upstate.
He's from the downstate.
And all the states in between.
Hello, friends.
What's up, Tone Smith? How was the week, buddy?
The week was good. You know what's really funny about this?
What?
Our guest today, I feel like, is going to bring this kind of energy out of us for this entire episode. And for all you
think
watch
so?
it in the future, prepare to laugh because I think it's
Yeah,
going to be
oh
good.
yeah. So what you're saying is we didn't do enough. Is that what you're saying?
Think so?
We probably did.
Well, maybe he did bring this energy.
I don't know. Our next guest likes to hang from bat caves, too.
He also likes to roam the night when he leaves his coffin.
Yeah.
And real quick, I had our backstage completely wrong,
Oh.
but I changed our little third ear.
Okay.
You can probably see it now. Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. Well, here is the Prince of the Night.
Here is the Prince of the Night.
Here is the guy who named Dracula.
Here is the guy who named Dracula.
Here is the man who will not only suck on a woman's neck, but he'll also stick his teeth into her thighs for that blood action.
He is a tie sucker.
He's the one, the only.
Why do we have an echo for Echo Kraft?
He's the Echo Kraft, everybody.
Echo Kraft.
He's the head simp renegade over at Renegade.
He keeps the renegades in check because they like to get wild and loose. You like that how I did that? That was like monkey see, monkey do.
That's what I was saying. Why do you have to echo what everybody
don't
else was
know.
echoing?
Because this Echo Kraft is here.
Echo Kraft is
I
here.
don't think Echo was like the head of anything. He's like more above that.
Right.
Yeah. He keeps shit in order.
Yeah, Echo's like the fucking black budget.
He lets whatever
President.
anything go. Like
Right,
okay,
right.
yeah, that's wrong, but fuck it. That's totally wrong.
Yeah, Echo will tell
but
you you're wrong,
screw
but
it.
he'll let it go.
He'll-
You know you're
he-
fucking wrong,
he
but
it's fine.
only,
It's fine. Go ahead.
He only steps in when the whole world is at stake.
Yeah.
Well, everybody.
Kind of true, actually.
Yeah, I know it's true. That's why I said it.
Welcome in, Echo Kraft.
Welcome in, sir.
What's going on, brother? What you been up to?
Not much. I've been working and not much, man.
Printing fucking 3D shit in the background that I can
I
still
am.
hear.
It's going in the background. I thought it was almost done, but it's not.
Yeah,
But
nah, it's gonna take another
made you a
5
liar.
fucking hours.
hopefully not, because it's only like this big. So I don't know why it's taking so long. But
Shit, you must have got your coding wrong, or I don't
Or you
know.
bought the cheapest damn 3D printer out there.
actually, I did.
Wait, let me guess. It's a Behringer product.
I hope you didn't let Samurai talk you into buying the cheapest one.
Uli hasn't started making 3D printers yet.
Oh, he
but
will
As far
soon.
as you know.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
As far as you know.
the company that I purchased is called Elegoo, and they're a lot like Behringer. They copy They copy Bamboo Labs style printers, and so I bought. It's a big bed. I mean, this thing's huge.
So what normally takes like an hour for like really good, reliable 3D printing stuff,
Takes
this
you
one
5
takes
days.
5 hours.
No,
To print.
believe it or not, it's the speeds on this actually blow away one of the top of the line Bamboo Labs.
Oh,
ones.
wow.
Oh shit!
So that's
So
why I bought it.
speed, so the speed blows away, but the noise level,
It's probably
Noise level is
top notch.
well because it's what's called a bed slinger, so it's not an enclosed one.
Oh, okay.
It's got a
I
big
see.
gantry. It's big. If I could swing my camera over, I'd show you.
Sure.
But
We don't know shit about goddamn
Yeah,
3D
we
printing
don't
over
wanna
here. We're
hear
just
it.
giving
Yeah.
you shit.
Yeah.
that's all right.
Yeah.
what's much more important is
Keep throwing the
music.
shit my way. I'll just knock it out of the park. Let's do it.
There you go.
Us monkeys are known to keep throwing shit, Echo.
That's true, you know.
Yeah.
That's right. Here on Monkey Island, we pride ourselves on shit throwing.
Yeah,
I was
go
at a
ahead and-
zoo one time, and literally the it was a gorilla. He threw up, ate his throw up, and then threw shit at the glass. It was like
yeah.
Damn,
that,
probably.
that was cousin Moose Moss.
Yeah, that was probably one of our cousins from down the way. And those are like snowball shits. Like, those
And let
are
me
some
tell
big
you,
ones.
he cleared the room because nobody wanted to stick
I
around
bet.
and
No,
watch him
I bet
after
you
that.
he
You
did.
know?
Yeah, old cousin Moose Moss.
Go ahead,
does
go
things
ahead
like that.
and throw some shit at the
Yeah,
camera.
you want me to throw
Yeah,
some?
yeah, just,
There you go. You'll see some shit on the camera later. Yeah, poor Echo Kraft.
Okay, what song do we have first from Echo before we get cracking off into
So
this?
can I just say something real quick?
yeah, go ahead, Echo.
So I sent you basically the first album that was Ribbon of Time, and then the second album was a clip from it's called Frequency Hunter, and then the last track was something I did for the Kumite. So I just wanted to throw that out there.
Okay.
Okay. I think right now I have a Ribbon of Time.
Oh, yeah.
So here we go with Echo Kraft, a Ribbon of Time.
Okay, look. This is 2 questions. What is your main... God damn, that sounds beautiful. Listen to that.
Yeah, it's great. Love a good delay trail.
Right? Okay, what is your main percussion generator? And after you answer that, ARPs can be used in the wrong way a lot of times, and or they an artist will continue to use an ARP unbroken, unfiltered, and just have it in their track consistently and leave it in from start to beginning. And it fucking works with yours. And it just fucking works. I've always been lost as to, how to do that with my ARPs and my music. And there's some songs I'll let it run and some songs I'll just I'm just going to keep breaking it up or completely take it out. How do you know when your ARPs just work and they can last through the entire track?
Well, first question. That whole drum track was done with the TR-8.
Ooh.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, a rolling guy.
That's what I'm talking about.
Really? I was not expecting
I mean,
that.
I wasn't either.
I wasn't
Yeah.
him. I wasn't.
And
not
I own the
expecting that.
8S, but he's talking about the TR-8. So that's the one before the 8S.
Yeah, because that track was done in 2016. It's funny because I was signed to a label called TMP Records. There's a friend of mine, Manny, who he runs a bachata label, and he said, "Hey, man, I want to get into electronic music." And I said, "Okay." He says, "If you can write stuff like the theme song to Stranger Things, I'll sign you to my label."
Oh, wow.
So that brought me into the ARP. So the ARPs the arpeggiator that I used on that was, I was thinking Stranger Things, but I didn't want to copy it. Because, that's kind of worn out now. Everybody hey, listen to my new synthesizer, and they play this freaking Stranger Things thing,
Right.
So I with that, it was just inspiration because I was excited to be part of his label. I was the first electronic artist signed to his label. So it was just, inspiration. I just kept playing with the sweeps and the string sounds and just laying it over on top of that the arpeggiator that I did. And then I added the percussion in later because he hates percussion, which is really funny because a lot of the bachata stuff that he was playing had a lot of, I call it squeaky guitar lines and a lot of type of congas and bongo stuff. So that's why I laid low on the percussion sounds and used more like white noise sounds and things like that. So I don't know, man. It just kind of clicked with me. It just worked. And as soon as I sent it to him, he was like, "If you can write me 10 more tracks like that," he says, "I'll sign you."
Oh, wow. Oh, shit. So did you?
Oh yeah, like I had, and he said, I'll give you a couple of months. I had them done that week, and I sent him the whole thing. And he was blown away. He was like, "Holy crap, really? Like, I can't even believe that you did that."
Right.
So, and then we came out with A Ribbon of Time Deluxe, which ended up going to the Grammys, and I didn't get nominated for anything, but they accepted it, and I guess people voted on it and stuff. But I thought that was kind of exciting. And then I became a Grammy member, and I started voting on stuff. And my wife and I got invited to go to the Grammys, and didn't make it because Jay-Z bought out all the tickets because it was going to be in New York for the first time in years at Music City, at the Music City Hall, and so Radio City Music Hall. And so when Jay-Z bought out all the tickets, those of us who got invited didn't have any seats.
Uninvited.
So
Damn.
my wife was picking out a gown and everything. It was cool.
What an asshole! He could have at least compensated the people that he just rudely.
Bro, it's Jay-Z. You know what I mean?
I don't give a fuck who he is.
I don't care who he is.
On Monkey Island, we call him a cocksucker.
Okay.
Go ahead.
He just
Echo,
didn't
I'm
give a
sorry.
fuck, and so we didn't go. But I kept my invitation and stuff, which is kind of cool because it was the 60th anniversary of the Grammys.
Right.
So I credited Manny to that because I thought it was kind of cool that he got me involved in that, and it was all done with that album, A Ribbon of Time. So it was kind of nice, kind of cool achievement of mine.
Oh,
but,
hell yeah. I mean, that's something that.
that is something to talk
Wow.
about.
Yeah,
I had no idea. My mouth is just on the floor.
Just to have it in there to be voted on.
And I'm not
that's a serious
expecting
thing.
this. Right. I'm not
Yeah.
expecting this from Echo. Like,
Right.
these are things that you don't know until you have third ear, huh, Tone?
Well, it's weird. Like, I don't really talk about shit like that, man. It's like,
I mean, but why would you not, my good sir?
so because I was in an '80s heavy metal band years ago, and I was kind of a pompous ass. I was, I had the long hair and the attitude, and it was kind of like back then with the '80s, it was all about attitude. It was all about ego, and when my band almost got signed to Atlantic Records, and that whole thing fell down hard. We were doing a lot of drugs and drinking a lot and stuff, and just being stupid, 18-year-old kids.
That was the time, though.
Yeah.
That was the thing.
So I try to keep my ego in check now. I just try to be more down to earth and stuff. I hung out with guys from Extreme. They were my friends. Gary Sharon, he ended up singing for Van Halen, and I stayed in touch with those guys and stuff. So I mean, there was a lot of heads, big heads, and I was one of the big heads. And I try now to keep my feet planted on the ground because I made a lot of enemies. That was one of the things with me. When I started my band back in when I did Sub 7 and the Undead, and I wrote the rock opera and stuff. I always told my bandmates, like, hey man, we're here to we don't burn bridges, we build them.
Right.
And just keep your feet on the ground no matter what happens, what comes down the pike. If somebody thinks you're great, just say thank you. You know what I mean? Don't get that ego, and because that ego can destroy you like that.
Oh,
so that's why I don't really talk about a lot of things that I've accomplished and things that I've done.
Right.
I just kind of me.
Yeah,
So-
but there's some things that you need to be applauded for. My question on this track is, again, these guys are groove box heads. Not always. Tone always, he'll ask you some personal questions. But with this particular track, and you mentioned the drug thing in the past, how do you feel when you let something like this go? To me, when I'm listening to it, I can close my eyes and go, okay, if I was smoking a joint or something, I can totally see us coming up with something like this. How do you feel when you hear your music as you're playing it? Not post, but as you're playing it.
Well, I mean, that's a process. It's like, if something fits and I get into this groove, I just kind of go away with it. You know what I mean? Like I just kind of float away with it. I don't, I've been clean and sober for almost 40 years now, and so I don't do drugs. I don't drink. I don't smoke weed. And for me, this is my drug. When I play music or when I do something that's why I love synthesizers, because they allow me to create sounds and things that my brain used to function on drug wise. I would when I was getting high and stuff back in the day, I couldn't afford synthesizers.
Right.
They were just out of my reach financially. And so, I always loved synthesizers. I mean, one of my favorite bands, was Yes and Emerson, Lake and Palmer. And I was always into the big prog rock sound, but I played in heavy metal bands because nobody played synthesizers in heavy metal bands. And back then in the 80s, heavy metal was it. You know what I mean?
Right.
But, I was always kind of like this disco head kind of tucked in a closet somewhere too, because I used to listen to disco, and if I told my bandmates that back in the 80s, they'd be like, "What the fuck is wrong with you, bro?" You know what I mean?
Right.
Right.
Because why? Because back then people used synths and stuff, and I always liked the sounds. So for me to create the way I create today, it's kind of like a drug for me. It's like I sit there and I just kind of go get taken away. Like I did my Osmos update today, and I started playing around with the Osmos, and for like an hour, man, I just lost track of time because I just got sent away into this like cool patch that I was messing with, and so I mean that's kind of what I do.
You were having fun. It sounds like you were just having fun.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, but that's the addictive part to it,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, I was having fun, and that's what I love. I don't have writer's block anymore. It's the weirdest thing. Like when I would play guitar and try to write songs for rock and heavy metal, I would get writer's block because on the guitar, a lot of people say, well, you're not limited on the guitar. Well, I can't play like Eddie Van Halen. That's those guys have no limitations. You know what I mean? But for me, I'm just I just write songs, and I used to get writer's block all the time. And with synthesizers, I don't ever get that because I could go over here and go, hey man, I'm going to create a beat on this drum machine. What am I going to do? I'll go over to the Muse and I'll go, all right, what can I do with this drum beat? So there's always something magical happening with electronics. And I got a ton of guitars behind me, but I still play them once in a while, but not. I think I play my bass more than any of my guitars. I think bass is a blast to
There
play.
you go, sir.
the best.
Amen. You're a blessed man. You know that?
Tone, do you have anything for this?
Yeah,
one before we
in
play the
typical third year fashion, you answered all the questions I wanted to ask about this song before I got to ask them. But I'm
Yeah.
going to play off that anyway. This was actually the last song I listened to. I listened to all your other stuff first, and this one struck me as different. Now, you explained, someone was asking you to make a certain thing, and you went with it. So, I don't know. What kind of rig did you have when you were in your metal band?
Actually, so this is the ironic thing. In my metal band, I was the drummer lead singer.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
So I played drums and sang in the band. We would set up. I would be out in front of the stage with the guitarist and the bass player. We were a 3-piece heavy metal band.
That's cool.
And they used to, because we were all
That's
Italian.
crazy, a 3-piece heavy
Right.
metal
Yeah,
band.
right.
That's insane.
And they used to call us the 3 Skinny Guineas because we were all very skinny.
Skinny guineas.
Oh, buddy.
We were all Italian.
That was kind of
And all Italian.
Yeah.
Jeez.
That was
Yeah.
kind of a Phil Collins type of thing, though. Like especially back then.
Yeah.
I mean, Phil
Singing
Collins
drummers were the rage for a while.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah.
Right.
And Phil Collins, and you had what was the name? Night Ranger.
Yeah.
The drummer sang in Night Ranger. They all sang in Night Ranger, but
Even SRV, like Stevie Ray Vaughan and Double Trouble,
Yep.
they were a 3-piece for a long time.
and the drummer sang in that band off and on. So it was a thing that I did because I was a drummer first. Then there was Rush, huge Rush fans. We loved this. We were like 3 guys could make this much noise. Let's do it.
Yeah.
So I mean, that was the thing for me. Is just I when I played guitar and sang in Sub 7 and the Undead, I had a half stack. There was a 120 watt half stack.
Oh wow.
So it went from 10 watts.
Yeah.
No, it went from 20 watts to 60 watts to 120 watts, and I only used 120 watts once.
Way
And the
too loud.
walls were shaking.
Yeah,
and
peeling the
I was
paint.
gonna
Yeah.
say.
Blowing your skin back.
And I was like, I'll never ever do that again.
It's unnecessary.
Yeah. It literally had 20 tubes in it. It was an
Yeah.
Egnator.
Oh, wow.
Oh, those things are crazy.
Yeah, Egnator half stack. It was called
Yeah, the Egnator.
The
Yeah.
Vengeance. It was a badass amp, man. It had 4 Celestian speakers in it, and
what are you trying to play from Earth to Mars or some shit?
well, I
We're
mean,
going
we all
to
had,
Mars,
No,
baby.
no.
Mars, baby.
No, he was trying to wake the undead.
Yeah, we were trying to wake the dead, man. That was it. Yeah.
Come on. Okay, let's play the next track, and this is called Robo Walk. So here we go.
fuck me, Echo. Clearly, we're dealing with a fucking professional here.
I got. Oh my God, sir.
It's so many questions. I know I'm limited to one or two questions. So, with all of the God damn it.
Focus.
All right. Was that a dollish track? That's the first question. The second question is, how do you choose what instrument or what synthesizer is gonna take the lead on a particular track?
Wow. That's an interesting question. So it depends. When I wrote that, that was so the bass line that you heard.
Beautiful fucking bass line.
Thank you. That was actually a synthesizer, believe it or not.
Oh, was it? I don't give a fuck. It was bass. I'm biased. Don't listen to me though. That's just totally subjective.
Yeah, so that's really why I start. So that's how that came about. I started messing with that bass line. I was like, ooh, this is kind of cool. And so that led me to, I put the bass line down, and no, that wasn't Dallas, by the way. That was all done through Logic. The drum track was live. I actually played the drums on that.
Wow.
And I used a little Alesis Nitro kit triggering Easy Drummer.
You can tell when drums are alive.
Right, you can.
Yeah.
And so I put the drum track down with the bass line. And then what I did was I just kind of I said, well, I wanted to break it up a little bit here, and I want to throw some piano in there because I love piano. I love playing piano. And so I threw that in there, just a little bit of piano, kind of nuance. And then, the string sounds that I use and stuff, I just wanted big, fat string sounds to go along with the bass line. So I mean, that's how that came about. I really... it was just having fun, man. Just coming up with these different sounds, and then adding all the ambient sounds and like the radio sound with like the frequency breaking up and stuff, kind of glitch effect, things like that. I just it's funny because I love taking stuff like that. Like I want to find an old FM radio, and I used to have one, but it broke. And I used to love taking that and miking it and just scrolling around trying to find a frequency on it and getting some weird effects out of it and stuff like that. I love doing stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, that track really was just, it was just something I wanted it to be heavy, but I didn't want it to sound like heavy metal. And, the whole idea about RoboWalk was what if, if you ever saw the cover of that, it was so you showed the album cover, but if you ever saw I had like a cover that went along with the song. It was like something happened in this dystopian kind of world that we lived in, and obviously AI took over, but there were also friendly robots that worked with the humans, so that's why it was called RoboWalk, because people would walk with the robots instead of fighting them. So I don't know.
Right.
It's my brain,
Well,
Yeah, it's a beautiful fucking.
You got
brain,
a nice brain on you. You got a nice brain, sir. I was getting a lot of this. Like my brother and I were going back and forth, Rush and Dream Theater type stuff, and
Wow.
it's for me. I could just sit and listen. I was just telling him. I was like, okay, it's so unorthodox. He's kind of going rock, but he's not, and he's doing this, and the is it the panning?
Yeah, the panning.
The body of
And
the music
and the filtering, yes.
the body of the music had this movement about it, and I can hear it wash from my right to my left, and it would go back to my right, and it just had this movement about it, and it just like organic, and it's so not the way you think it's going to go. When you're creating something like this, is that your sole purpose, is to make it in this particular theme, or does it just come out loosely and you just build on top of it from there?
I mean, it just comes out kind of loosely, and I just build on top of it. It's like I love using TB303 sounds, and I love panning them to give, how many times have you heard a TB-303 and it just stagnant? It just sits there on top of the mix.
It's a good instrument to pan too.
Yes, because it's got so many aspects to it. So, you know what I mean? So when you pan it back and forth, it just sounds cool.
Right. It
Throw a
really
little bit of
does.
reverb in there,
That
maybe
acid feel,
some delay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love acid. I love acid music, man. I it's funny. I'll actually throw on some old school acid stuff and just like freak out on that for a little while, and then I get sick of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mhm.
But I have.
Your poor dog.
It's funny, Gizmo doesn't really like that kind of stuff. Like he'll leave the room. If I'm playing strings like today,
shit.
Yeah.
well, if I play strings like today, I was playing the Osmos. He just kind of laid on the floor and just listened. You know?
Yeah,
what I
he
mean?
was
Right,
like,
right,
finally,
yeah.
Dad, you're
Some
you're playing
tranquility. Yeah,
something
you brought your fucking
that
sense
my
back.
ears are
Yeah.
okay with.
For a smart guy, you're not so fucking smart.
Yeah, you're not so smart, Echo. Tone, you
he's-
got anything for this track?
Yeah. The dog thing is really funny. My
It's fucking
dog
hilarious.
doesn't mind most of the sounds I make, but whenever I play my guitar heavy distorted, he
Or
sits there
a song
and
from Echo Kraft?
he hangs out, but he gives me a look like he's worried what's going to
Like,
happen.
what's wrong with you?
I hear like some Nine Inch Nails inspiration. I hear Ministry and stuff like that. Who's your drummer inspiration? Is like you mentioned Emerson, Lake and Palmer, so was like Carl Palmer your guy? Are you
Neil Peart.
No,
no?
John Henry Bonham.
Whoa!
Can't go wrong there.
Whoa!
I'm a huge John Bonham fan and also a Bill Ward fan from Black Sabbath. They were, to me, the most heavy drummers. Bill Ward,
yeah.
for jazz, I mean, here's a guy that played jazz in a dark heavy metal band. It set the stage for a lot of drummers. But John Bonham, no matter what he did, he just made stuff explode.
Yeah.
Phil Collins, is still one of my favorite drummers, but there's a lot of them, but I have to say John Henry Bonham was my go-to, for sound. Like if you notice that drum track had a lot of Bonham-esque feel to it.
Oh, sure.
I was
He
just
always
saying. Yeah.
his drums always felt like he was falling off of them, and he
Yeah.
never quite got all the way off.
Right,
And
right.
He was the best.
Just big, just a
Yeah.
big sound, you take When the Levee Breaks by Zeppelin.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean,
I was listening to it yesterday, talking about that exact
How
drum
many-
track.
right? Like how many people have sampled that drum
Yeah.
track?
Right.
Because it's just huge, and I try to capture a lot of that stuff. I actually, when I played in the band that I played in the '80s was called Bastille, not to be confused with the new Bastille, which sucks. But anyway, they suck, and they shouldn't even have that name.
That's
But-
right, folks. You heard it first from Echo
Echo
Kraft.
Kraft.
The new Bastille
They
sucks.
fucking suck.
You are a bunch of cocksuckers.
Okay, moving on. Let him finish.
But I actually would do a drum solo back then. In the '80s, drum solos were big. Nobody really does drum solos anymore, and if they
Yeah.
do, they're short. One of my favorite things that I did was I copied Bonham, and I used to play with my hands. There was a part one time where I was playing a live gig, and I did the solo, and I was playing with my hands, and I hit the cymbal the wrong way, and I had a slight crack in the cymbal, and I cut my hand,
yeah.
and there was blood everywhere, and I had a white drum set.
Oh, shit.
And people thought it was part of the show.
Oh, I bet
Like,
they
yeah, I'm
did.
gonna ruin
They
my
were
fucking
eating-
drum set?
Oh, but they don't know that.
Yeah.
They eat
They
it
eat it up.
alive.
No,
Yeah.
and my roadie at the time, Kevin, God rest his soul, he was so pissed off because he was in charge of cleaning all
Yeah,
my
he's
stuff.
got to clean all the blood off.
So he had to
He's
clean
like,
all the blood
"Ah,
off of everything.
man."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there was famous people who would literally disseminate a guitar that they were playing on stage. So,
Right.
and it was like a $10,000 guitar.
Guitar.
So,
Yep.
Yeah.
why wouldn't a little bit of blood,
Blood,
be
yeah.
okay? I love that nobody pinpointed this, and maybe you did and just didn't think about it. But so there was a very famous composer for film, and he became well known for a specific movie. But prior to this movie, he did a lot of scoring. He was known for GoldenEye, The Fifth Element. His name is Eric Serra. And I literally heard this track that we just heard. I could hear this in The Fifth Element.
Oh yeah, fifth. Yeah, because they had a
Easy.
dangerous
It
soundtrack.
was the epitome
Yeah.
of The Fifth Element. And I was like, that literally sounds like Eric Serra's composing and all these other films.
Damn.
You know what's funny?
Yeah.
That's literally one of my favorite movies, and I actually call my wife Lilu.
There you go. See? Did I not?
Corbin!
There you
Did
go.
I not?
Corbin, my man!
Did I not hit
Corbin
it?
Dallas, my man.
Did I not hit it on the nail?
Yeah.
Like
Damn.
literally
Yeah.
the minute
Synchronicity.
I
Jesus.
heard it,
Yeah.
I was like, that's the fucking Fifth Element.
Yep.
He got direction from it or, inspired by it or
Right,
whatever. But I literally could hear that in that film.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was hearing. Dang, I didn't
Fuck
hear
yeah.
that.
But I
that's
can
funny.
see it now.
Yeah.
Because I literally, my wife's name is Laura, and I call her Lilu. I've always called her Lilu. So
That's
it's funny. We're in a
see?
store one time, and I'm standing, and we're looking at something, and we're at Target, and I'm looking at something, and I said, hey, Lilu, come here. And this guy looked at his wife.
He
and
took
he
it
goes,
right. He's like, oh my God,
he
what?
he just called that lady Lilu. Like, so you know this
Multipass.
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 right? Multipass.
Multipass. Yeah, literally, instantly. Like as soon as I started hearing it, I was like, I could hear multipass.
Multipass.
Yeah.
Corbin.
Yeah.
Corbin,
yeah.
my man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
love
literally
that
one of my favorite movies because
Yeah.
of the fact that
Yeah. Mine
it
too.
was
I love
just
that
a
movie.
really cool concept. You know,
Yeah.
and the fifth element being love. I just thought it was
Yeah,
very
Right.
and the scoring
The scoring was
behind
nice.
it,
Scoring
though,
was
too,
amazing.
like
the blue alien
the-
chick.
Yeah,
Yes.
the scoring
yeah.
behind
And
like
Gary Oldman, man.
Oh, he's such an actor.
you
Gary
can,
Oldman's the man.
You can have a great film. You can absolutely have a great film with great actors, great producers, executive producers and directors and whatnot, and have the shittiest scoring person come in there and
ruin
literally tank that film that you're watching.
Or as
Well, you
Chris
know-
Tucker would say, I don't want one position. I want all positions.
and literally tank it. So you have to have a really good person to
shit.
score a film.
Yeah, great cast and
it's
crew.
it's like they're doing the top coat on everything, right?
Yeah.
You have your base, you have your colors, your whatever, and they're coming in there and polishing. They're just putting little sprinkles in there where you might have missed something. A
Well,
person
it's-
who comes and scores your film is very
Vital.
important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny you should say that because like I did some film scoring with some independent films that I had done with a friend of mine, and you know he used to say to me all the time, and Alex he's a very eccentric kind of guy. A quick story about Alex. See, Alex was working with this band in the 90s, and they needed it was late 90s, early 2000s, and they needed to get a drum kit, an electronic drum kit. So Alex went down to Guitar Center and he said, hey, I want to rent a drum kit. And they were like, well, we really don't do that. And if we did, it
Right.
would cost you too much money.
Man.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he was like, okay, how much for that drum set over there? And it was a Roland TD10. It was top of the line drums. It had the white shells and it came with the cymbals and the whole rack and the whole 9 yards. And they was like, it's $5,000. And he's like, fine. So he bought it.
Did he return it?
So no, wait. So they go and they shoot this video. The band breaks up. The video doesn't go anywhere. And this drum kit has been sitting in Alex's studio for months.
Okay.
So he calls me up and he says, hey, man, I'm going to take this drum set and throw it in the trash in the dumpster behind the studio. Do you want it?
Jeez.
Damn.
And I'm like, what?
$5,000.
And he's like, I go, well, what is it? I didn't know what it was. And he says, it's some kind of Roland electronic thing. And I was like, okay, what does it look like?
Send
he's
me
like-
pictures. Send me proof.
Yeah.
I need
So-
pictures.
So he's like, well, I don't know, man. It's got like these white, weird, like cloth heads. And he goes, it's just weird. I don't want it. He goes, and you know, I bought it for this band and they broke up and I don't want it. I got to get out of the studio. It's in my way. So I literally was like, well, what are you doing right now? He says, nothing. I go, and he lived like where I live. He lived a long way away where I lived. So I
Right.
go, I'm leaving now.
Yeah.
So I got in my car. I called my wife and said, I'm going to pick up this drum kit that Alex is throwing away. She's like, what? because I had been looking at them. This is so weird. So I ended up going down there, and he takes me out for lunch, and we put the drum kit in my van, and I'm driving home going, oh my fucking God.
Wait, he gave you a drum kit and then he took you out to lunch? You made out.
Well, he's like, oh my God, too.
No wonder he was driving away like, oh my God.
Don't expect me to suck you up.
He literally stole. He literally went into like the international bank and stole everybody's money.
He's a very eccentric guy. And like, so when I started Sub 7 in the Undead, Alex came to me and says, hey man, he actually got an apartment down below my apartment. And I was like, hey, cool, Alex is living with us now, right? So and my wife always thought he was strange. So he comes up, he says, hey, what are you working on? I says, I don't know, man, I'm working on this rock opera thing, and I've got a couple of songs that he goes, I'd like to hear them. I'm like, okay, cool. So he listens to them and he goes, hey man, he goes, what do you need to get off the ground with this? And I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, I want to invest in you. And I'm like, Alex, you already gave me a freaking $5,000 drum kit.
Yeah.
And bought me rock lobster.
And I'm using the drum kit on the album, right? So he goes, well, whatever you need, let me know. Mm-hmm. So I go back to the band and I tell them we're just putting the band together and stuff. And, and he turns around and he says, I want to give you $10,000, man, to start this whole thing. I really like what you're doing. This is cool.
Damn.
And never asked me for a dime back. Never, and came to see the show once. I introduced him to the cast and everything. I said, this is the producer of the show. And they were like, hey, nice to meet you. And that was it. And he moved out of my building. And I hear from him once in a while when he wants a new computer. He'll be like, hey, man, what do you think of this? What should I buy? Should I buy this computer? I'm like, yeah, sure. That sounds like a great idea. You know what I mean? And
Does he want more friends?
Yeah.
he's just a really interesting guy. And,
I could be a great friend, Echo. I mean,
Right?
hell, depending on the compensation, I'm willing to
he has something in his basement.
jerk a guy off to get some of what I want to get.
Okay, it's third year. Let's compose
okay.
ourselves.
Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
So I mean,
I
that's
wouldn't do that, Echo. I'm a man of morals.
that's
No one believes that.
No, literally. No,
No one told me.
Yeah.
No.
but yeah, so I mean, that's how this guy is. And he's really nice. He's a really nice guy. He's a short little Asian dude, and he's
Oh, you said it all in one sentence.
He's the Parks
you
Asian.
can stop speaking
he's
now.
got long hair. He used to play. He actually played in a very popular heavy metal band back in the '80s, and he was a keyboard player. And I just got to know him. He came into my place of business one day, and he's like, "Hey, you look cool. Can I talk to you about this?" And I'm like, "Sure."
It's fun. It's fun. It's funny because a lot of people think that Asians are very wealthy because of what they do, right? Like they establish a lot of things. Funny thing is, Asians are very popular because they know what to invest in.
Yeah. Word.
Yeah.
Damn.
So-
Shit. Yeah.
On that note, let's move on and play our next and final track from Echo Kraft, and it's called "Dawn of the Robot."
I like this song a lot.
So here we go.
Thank you.
God damn.
I love that.
Yummy, yummy, goodness, sweetness, yummy, yummy.
How advantageous is it to have multiple synthesizers as a professional like yourself?
Could you repeat that question, please?
Could you repeat that question, please?
How advantageous is it to have all of these synthesizers in your arsenal as a fine professional such as yourself?
I mean, I don't even know how to answer that, man. It's
He's like, I got what I got, and I use what I got.
Yeah, but there's
Why but you have an accumulation of these
right.
fucking things.
I get where he's coming from. That's
You
a
know-
very strategic.
As a professional, is it necessary to have all of these fucking things that you're possessing? I hear the synth samurai go on these fucking spills. The guy's a fucking lunatic, right? Why Echo? Like,
Said he's a lunatic.
how much of those things are you actually using?
What he means is
It's
your
synth
talent
wealth.
is so great, you don't need all that equipment behind you.
I don't know. Maybe that's not the answer he's going to give us.
No, I'm
but
just saying. I
yeah.
think that's what
Well,
you're going to.
well, Samurai calls it synth wealth. I mean, so for me, I've actually gotten rid of stuff. I just got rid of literally 3 synthesizers to buy the monopoly. So I'm actually slimming down, believe it or not. Behind me, there's an arsenal, right, of stuff. And there's even more on this side.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
yeah.
Can you pan your camera so we can let the audience see?
I
Or is
actually
it-
can't because it's
Okay.
it's
Okay, it's fine.
it's a what do you call it, a webcam.
It's fixed.
Okay.
It's fixed, yeah.
Okay. Make sure you guys go to Echo Kraft on YouTube, please.
But,
Go see this
no-
man set up.
You got to do a here's my studio video.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should do another studio tour again.
Yeah.
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 But look, for me, my wife says to me, she's like, well, what's that one sound like? It probably sounds like the other one that you have, and I'm like, no, they're all different. They all have these unique timbres to them. They all have unique,
Filters and
it's, and it's like guitars. Like I have what?
1, 2, 3, 4,
6
5. I can count 5. straps
6
hanging.
guitars, right?
Yeah.
They're all unique. They all have different sounds. They feel differently.
It's funny you say that because Sammy calls it synth wealth.
Yes.
Wives call it synth broke. So
Right?
I can understand where she's like, but if you hit that key on that machine and then you hit that key on that machine, they literally sound the same. But
To
the
the untrained
difference
ear.
is that if you hit that key on that machine and then turn this knob, it does something different than when you hit that key on that machine
And turn that
and
knob.
turn that knob
Right.
the other way.
right.
I mean, yeah,
So-
if you go in and go onto every single synth in here and put a square wave on, they're all going to sound the same.
Right,
They might
yeah.
vary a little bit, right? But then you take all of that, you take the filters, you take the LFOs, you take, some of them are monophonic, some of them are polyphonic. So you take all of that into consideration. Like I might go over to I have a Matrix Brute and I have a DeepMind 12 on top of that. And I might just go over to that and just work on something off of that and say, hey, what can I do with this today? I have the Moog Messenger on top of the Moog Muse, and I actually think they pair well together. So I might work on that station. They're all different stations.
Right.
Over here, I have the Hydra and the Osmos. Those are both synthesizers that are what do you call it? MPE, right? So they're they do different things with. So it's just, and then I also have over here. So it's funny. Like over here, I have 2 edges, and I have 2 wasps and a cat, and that's my little kind of like my little I don't know, modular setup kind of thing. They're all plugged into one another, and they do weird stuff. And that's all
I
controlled.
think you opened up a can of worms
Well,
with that question.
But that's the point.
Because
they're all different.
but I want to make a point. The first track that we played for this evening was called "A Ribbon of Time,"
Correct.
And you did that all on what?
So a ribbon of time was, now this is interesting because a ribbon of time was done with the Korg mini log. I used Alchemy on in Logic, so I used some plugins. I also used a couple of synths I don't own anymore. So I mean,
But it
that
wasn't. But the point meaning is, it wasn't like an array of synths. Like you were able to do that a ribbon in time with very few hardware.
There was a lot of it was in the box. A lot of it was plugins.
And it sounded amazing.
It sounded full too.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's the other thing though. Samurai, he's always saying, "Oh, you got VSTDs, man." You know, I actually like using anything that I can. Like if you saw how many plugins I have,
It'll give
it outnumbers
Sammy a heart attack.
the hardware.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm always looking at plugins. I always use plugins. One of my favorite plugins right now is Pigments.
Pigments.
Pigments is amazing.
It really is.
You know, that's one of my favorite go-tos. And the nice thing is I can connect my Osmos to that, and I can use that, with Pigments.
Right.
You know, because it's what do they call it? What's it? I forget what it's called. I'm bad with technology, but
Yeah.
But you sure make it sound
Yeah,
amazing.
you sure know how to manipulate it.
Lamar,
No,
do you have
I
anything
appreciate
on
that.
Yeah.
Dawn of Robots?
Yeah, I don't have any more questions because I know we're getting down to the last 5 minutes or so of the show. This is the part where I just like to know what are and what were your influences behind your style?
Oh man, like I said, I come from a rock background, a heavy metal background, old school heavy metal, not the shit that stuff that you hear today.
Not my heavy metal.
Yeah. Not tones.
Yeah, not tones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Cookie Monster heavy metal. Although I will say, I do listen to some of that stuff. I even had a girl from Spain sing on one of my tracks that actually could growl like that, which was she was
Hey,
amazing.
you submitted for Popcorn Night, right?
I did, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's amazing. But no, so I mean, a lot of my influences today, 9 Inch Nails. I still get the Zeppelin influence. I still like Yes. I still have a lot of that stuff. Hans Zimmer I'm a big fan of Hans Zimmer. I want to go see. He's coming to Boston in March, and I want to go see him so bad. I got a chance to meet his protege at NAMM when I went to NAMM.
Spongellis.
No. Junkie XL is what people know him as. But I got to meet Tom Oberheim, not Toba Oberheim, Tom Holkenborg, sorry. I got to meet him, and he was a super nice guy. He did Dark Tower. He did Batman versus Superman with Hans. He did a whole bunch of stuff. One of my favorite composers. So, I mean, there's a lot of influences everywhere. I try to pick and choose. I even go way back. I'm a huge Mozart fan. I love Beethoven. I love the classics. I studied
Beethoven.
classical music for a long time. So that's one of my go-tos is like, where do strings live in this piece of music? Where would they live? Like,
Right.
Yeah.
I love orchestral stuff. I would love someday, and this is a bucket list thing, to actually work with a full blown orchestra.
Oh,
With
that would
synths.
be amazing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tone, do you have anything for Dawn of the Robots that we just heard?
Yeah, that song, I said I liked it beforehand. In particular, I found that and a lot of other stuff to be kind of, your song's kind of creepy feeling, very heavy. Creep. I don't mean that like, hey, you're a creep.
No, that's cool, man.
Like
No,
scary,
that's a compliment, I'm
he is
sure.
the
know.
Prince of Darkness.
But
That's a
the other word I liked a lot was dangerous. Your song
Yeah.
struck me as dangerous.
Wow, nobody's
Do I
ever
have
said that
anything
before.
else?
That's cool. Dangerous. I like
Yeah.
that.
There's just like a little edge, like it goes along with creepy. Like you're not sure what to expect. Maybe you need to be a little scared.
You should be paying attention at least.
Yeah, right.
Well, that's the dark tones of. I love that dark tone of music. I've always loved that.
Yeah, me too.
You know.
Lamont had asked you if it was advantageous to have all the synths. I want to know if it's advantageous to what you're doing now to have the musical experiences you've had. You were in a metal band, you play drums, you can play guitar, and now you're making scary synth music. Like, does it translate? Did it help you? Does it push you forward when you're making these songs?
Yeah, I think so. I think, I'll be honest with you, I think I was a big horror fan, you know. Not slice and dice movies. I hate those. I like old school horror. I like
The Shining.
The Shining, great
Hitchcock,
movie.
probably.
Hitchcock.
Right? Yeah. Cerebral horror.
I do.
Yeah.
I like, you know, horror that, you know, if something jumps out at you, that's one thing.
Yeah.
But if you have to think about something,
Psychological horror. Yeah.
psychological horror to me is awesome. I also like military horror. I like military sci-fi.
Okay.
I'm a huge sci-fi buff. So, and I love history, and I love dark history.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, there's a lot of things that, yes, I would find, I find things that like, that I surround myself with, things that I read. I love to read. You know, I love to watch any type of videos. I'm a huge fan of, I don't know if you guys know about Dust. That's a YouTube channel that all they show is short films, and in a half hour to
I watched
20,
them a lot. A lot of sci-fi shorts too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
unbelievable stuff, and how they take all of that and fit it into this small amount of time, and it's an entire story.
And you wish
Yeah.
it was longer. I mean, real quick before you go, man, I just got to ask him because he's evil like this. And this goes for all of us. This goes for pretty much all of us. Were you guys the one, including you, Echo? I would like to hear from you first. Did you sit around and wait for Elvira to be on TV?
Yes,
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
I was a huge Elvira fan.
Yeah.
Who wasn't? It's funny though that I think somebody mentioned The Shining. I don't know who it was. Okay. But when I was listening to this very last track, Dawn of the Robots, I instantly thought of Tron, but not the most recent Tron.
Original Tron.
The
Yeah, I
original
love Tron.
Tron.
Yeah.
Who the composer of Tron, her name was, is Wendy Carlos. She also is the composer of The Shining.
Get
And
the hell outta
she's
here.
very
I didn't know
much,
that.
yeah.
Yes.
She's very much Bach influenced.
Influenced, yep.
Yeah. So she has that very
Switched on
orchid-
Bach is one of my favorite albums by her.
Yes. So as soon as I heard this, I was like, oh my God, that's
And-
Tron. But it's the original Tron, and I heard The Shining.
And she was the first transgender woman.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
really?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, interesting.
My
So-
sister bought me Switched on Bach when I was a kid, and I fell in love
Yeah,
with it.
1968, which also brings me to a personal question for Echo Kraft. If he wants to answer, I would love to know your age. Only because you look extremely
Phenomenal.
young,
Looks phenomenal.
But you got a lot
but
going on.
your
Yeah.
your knowledge base and everything tells me that you're much older than
I think
what
he's
you
64
appear.
years old.
Yeah.
So if you don't mind answering,
Yeah, I'll answer that.
you don't have to.
I'm 1,000 years old. No, I'm kidding.
I bet you are. I bet you
Don't
are.
say blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But anyway,
But the knowledge that you have, and it comes across in your
It's
tracks.
impeccable.
Like
Yeah.
it's you
The
can you
knowledge
can't
gained.
hide it, you can't deny it.
Yeah.
No.
Your influences like Wendy and and all the other ones
The
like
wisdom
it's,
and the-
it's
and the
just-
artistry
it's
is-
there.
is
It's
crazy.
there, right?
thank you.
Which you wouldn't get from somebody.
Young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was born in 1962.
Do the math.
Yeah. Do the
So
math,
he's
people.
60.
So I'm 63. I'm going to be
63.
64.
Yeah. And you look
You look fucking great.
amazing.
That's that Dago in you.
No, that's that coagulated baby blood, baby. Let's go, Mario, baby.
but that's what I'm talking about. Like you can hear the age and the experience
Yeah.
in the track.
Yeah. It just
Well, it's
seeps
funny.
out of it.
Yeah.
I have the mind of a 20-year-old.
Yeah.
And my wife My wife
Which
and I
is
never had
fine.
kids. My first wife and I had a child, but my wife today, we don't have kids. We have a dog. That's our kid.
Oh, that's
But
like Lamont and I.
she
We have a
doesn't.
dog.
She doesn't need to have a kid because she has a kid.
Right.
I'm a big kid.
Right. Yeah.
You know, it's funny where I work with a lot of younger people, and there's older guys that work with us. Some are older than me, some are around my age, and they don't treat those guys like that.
Right.
I kind of hang out with these dudes. I hang out and I fit in. It's weird.
Yeah, the body follows the mind, though.
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't because I
Yeah.
don't think that age. I don't think I'm 63.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
But your experience, whether it's subconscious or not, comes out in your tracks.
Yeah.
And it's very much greatly appreciated because it really makes for a really good, authentic music that we're listening
Yeah.
to at the end of the
Yeah.
day. So
Thank you.
Yeah. You are, to me, you are drop dead fucking a beautiful mind.
Yep.
When it comes to putting tracks together. You could tell the years of experience and know how I was
exactly.
there.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
It's right now, you know, I think I was telling Machines One this, is like, it's almost heart stopping to be alive to witness musicians like you even wanting to come on our show and
It's such
entertain
a
us with
best
this.
blessing and
Yeah.
an honor.
I mean, you got big shoes,
Yeah.
soy,
yeah. Yeah.
and I don't think we can fill them anytime soon.
Thank you so much, Echo Kraft, for coming on. We will.
it's my pleasure.
Absolutely,
I
need
love
to
you
have
guys.
you
Yeah,
back on
likewise.
Yeah.
for a personal interview so we can ask all the nitty gritty questions.
Yeah. Yeah.
This was amazing.
Any last words, Tone?
No.
No.
Yeah,
you
Tony's
know what?
a
Actually,
very-
I'm
He's
sorry.
like, we
No, I do
nailed
have
it
one.
up.
I do have one.
Okay.
After you telling us about all your influences and all that, and then I realized we're listening to older songs. I would love to hear you do some stuff in like that newer style. You're really getting into your newer stuff's got a lot of guitar work in it and a lot of like heavy drums. I would love to hear that marriage because that's something I've been trying to hit. That heavy rock thing with a synth thing with it's a weird world.
It's a strange combination.
It is, and it's hard to do well. You're doing it pretty well. I would love to
appreciate
hear
that.
more of that.
Do I
Yeah.
do I hear a collaboration coming with Tone Smith?
Oh,
what?
Hey, you never know, man. That's cool with me.
Yeah, God, yeah.
I
do-
think Echo Kraft in a collaboration with anybody would be amazing.
Yeah, that shit would be
He's
just
like
Yeah.
Echo and Simon
Yeah.
are like the gods of music.
Echo,
just want
I
fucking
have
deities.
one personal request, and I always have a personal request, and everybody always obliges. So you better, or I will seek you in your darkest of nightmares.
Hang him by his foreskin.
You need to submit more for Popcorn
Oh,
Night.
yes, you do.
And
Yeah.
not only do you need to submit more for Popcorn Night, but it could be a simple 2-minute jam. But I need to hear more vocals from you.
Yeah, she likes the vocals.
My wife says the same thing.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
She
So
misses me singing.
there you
There
go.
you go.
And women aren't wrong.
So don't do it for me. Do it for your wife.
Yeah.
And like Lamont said, women aren't wrong.
She wouldn't say it if
So-
you were Rourke or somebody,
Yeah,
you know.
trust me. I don't want Rourke to sing ever again.
Rourke, though.
And I,
You
I-
got a bad attitude.
Rourke does amazing music, but
time to
he
fix
needs
it.
to leave the singing to other people.
Yeah, Rourke could get
his dad
dangerous.
told his dad
Even
told
his
him.
dad told him. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, his
Oh
dad
yeah,
was like, knock that shit off.
Yeah.
I think Rourke's dad like actually said, "Rourke, are you home?" He's like, "Yeah."
He's like,
"Stay
"Stop
right
singing.
there, motherfucker. I'm coming
Stop
over."
singing. You know, but for me, I would love to hear more
Yeah,
vocals from
that
you.
would be amazing.
Anything
Yeah,
from
I'm working on it. I am.
Yeah.
Nice.
I do want to say one thing. I want to do a plug. I do have a new album coming out. It's called Ghost Echo.
Oh shit!
Oh, nice.
Oh shit!
So yeah, there's about 13 tracks on that one. So
How
yeah,
can we
this-
get to it? How can we get
When
to
is it being released?
I haven't. I've got to put it up on DistroKid.
Okay.
I like the artwork, but I don't like the artwork, so I'm kind of up in the air with it right now. But
Okay.
yeah, so when it comes out, I will announce it, and it's going to be on all the platforms. So.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
So when it comes
Yeah.
out, let us know and let's do a special edition
Yeah.
And then send us the link and all that
Send us
shit.
the
Yeah,
link.
we could do like a listening party or
Yeah,
something.
let's do something.
But how else can we reach the Echo Kraft outside of the distro
on
kid?
his YouTube.
That's
of course.
right.
On my
Yeah.
YouTube channel, and if you
Yeah.
want to buy some merch,
On his YouTube channel
And
or,
get
Just go to-
or his website,
Get
which
yourself-
will be
yeah.
in the description.
And get yourself some in cheeks, baby.
them she they them fun
Goo.
yeah, you gotta get a Vafangool hat.
Yeah, absolutely.
Vafangool.
So Echo's YouTube channel will be linked in the description, as well as the website to purchase any merchandise your little to heart desires will be linked into the description, along with our co-host, Mr. Tone Smith, upstate, downstate, who will be promoting some stuff on his channel soon.
Cool.
And with that, thank you very much.
Let's give a
everybody.
couple of shout outs, shall we?
Wait, and for all you Monkey Islanders / renegade hype enthusiasts out there, hit the hype button because it actually goes a long way, you little cocksuckers.
This is a little bit of a gack.
Hit the hype button. You want to see more Thoidy over here?
Shout out to the affiliates of the show, the Synth Samurai,
The Machines won.
and the merry band of renegades, the Hans Volt, the Crazy Rabbish, the Space Capsule, the who else?
Our Uncle
Probes,
Chrome
Uncle Chrome,
and Steve
Jesus.
Smith,
Kid
all our
Jarvis, Kid
moderators.
Spawn,
The Crest Head. And
else?
the lovely Synth Samurai, I
Yeah.
suppose.
Lord.
And specifically, thank you so much, Echo Kraft, for joining us.
Yes,
And you know what?
Some Echo Kraft.
It's just to let you know.
Yes.
Okay, it's better to get your cock sucked than to be a cocksucker.
Hey, over there.
Over there.
You heard it right there, folks.
Don't nobody want to be a.
You heard it directly from Echo Kraft. On that note, thank you very much, everybody. Love, bye.
Peace.